Taxes. Nobody likes to pay taxes, and yet they are necessary for society to function. Each year, by April 15th, also known as Tax Day, federal and state taxes are due to the IRS. We can approach the topic of taxes suggested this week by he who did not want to be named in many ways. But since I am a math teacher, and this is a math video, we are going to approach it mathematically. Here are some things you need to know before we get into the nitty-gritty of taxes. First is human capital, which is the quality and quantity of skills, education, and talents a person has. Finishing high school, attending a trade school, going to college, practicing, or getting an apprenticeship are all examples of ways to invest in your human capital. Investing in human capital helps a person succeed. Participating in math classes throughout your school career is another way to invest in your human capital. Why, you ask? It's simple. Math skills are needed for everyday living and are required by various occupations. Therefore, learning and improving your math skills is a way to increase your human capital. The next thing to know is income, or the money you earn from working. Income is what you pay your taxes with. What's left is up to you to decide how to spend. Taxes themselves are the required payments workers must pay to the government, whether it's at the local, state, or federal level. Can you think of some taxes you have to pay? If you came up with sales tax, income tax, or property tax, then you came up with the most common forms of taxes. There are others, but let's focus on these. Now think about what you pay sales tax on: books, toys, food, clothes. Some states, such as Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon, don't have sales tax. Do you know which level of government property tax is paid to? That would be the local government. What about income tax? That's the federal and state governments. Some states, such as Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming, don't have income tax. Let's view a simple example of how income tax mathematically affects you. You get your first summer job working at a store. It pays you $7.50 per hour. The manager said you could count on getting 30 hours per week. After working 1 week, you get your first paycheck, but instead of the $225 you expected, your check is only $162. What happened to the other $63 you earned? Taxes. The $225 you expected is called your gross income, the amount earned before taxes. The $162 you get to deposit in the bank is called your net income, the amount received after taxes. The typical taxes withheld on a paycheck include not only federal income tax, but also Social Security, Medicare/Medicaid, and state income tax, if it applies. Let's pretend you only had federal income tax withdrawn and review the math involved. Your gross income is calculated by multiplying the hours worked by your hourly wage. So that's 30 hours times $7.50 equaling $225. You determined you paid $63 in federal income tax by subtracting your net income from your gross income. So that's $225 minus $162 equaling $63. To determine what percent of your paycheck you paid for federal income tax, divide the amount of federal income tax by your gross income and then multiply by 100. So that's $63 divided by $225 times 100 equaling 28%. While this is a simple example of how income tax is withdrawn from paychecks, there is more to it than just a simple percentage. Federal income tax is a progressive tax, meaning the more money you make, the larger the percentage you pay in taxes, and vice versa. There are 7 federal income tax brackets for the 2019 to 2020 year. Those are 10%, 12%, 22%, 24%, 32%, 35%, and 37%. Your tax bracket depends on your income and filing status. Let's look at the tax brackets for typical high school students filing taxes for the 2019 year. The tax rate or percent you would pay is in the left column, your gross income or taxable income is in the middle column, and how you would calculate the amount of taxes owed to the federal government for the year is in the right column. As you can see, paying federal income is not as straightforward as our simple math example from earlier. That's why sometimes when you go to pay your taxes, you might owe the government more money because they didn't withdraw enough from your paycheck throughout the year, or you get a refund because they withdrew too much during the year. Again, like anything in life, the math is more complicated for determining how much you owe or will get back in taxes. But hopefully you have a better understanding of the math that affects your paycheck. Let's review the major points of this video. What is human capital? The quality of education, skills, and talents people possess. How can people invest in their human capital? Through education, training, practice, etc. What is income? The money earned from a salary or hourly wage. What is the relationship between income and human capital? People with more and better human capital tend to earn more income. What are some examples of investment in human capital related to mathematics? Learning basic computation skills, learning to calculate percentages, ratios, area, perimeter, learning to use a calculator efficiently, etc. What are taxes? Required payments to the government. What is gross income? The amount earned before taxes and other deductions are withheld. What is net income? The amount available after taxes and other deductions are withheld. What is a progressive tax? A tax requiring those who earn more to pay a larger percentage of their income and those who earn less to pay a smaller percentage of their income in tax. Hi everybody, just wanted to check in and see how you guys were doing. So I sent out a Google form link last week to ask for some more topics for the video. So like this week's topic was selected by a student who, he didn't want to be named, so he wasn't named, but if you want to be named, you can let me know in the forum part, because I'll give you a shout out. So give me topics, anything math related. I will do my best to, find fun, interesting things about it. So if you haven't gone to your school email in a little bit, go there. There's a Google form. I think it's titled YouTube Math Topics or something like that. And just submit some ideas that you have, because really, I'm doing one of these videos every week and I want to do topics that you guys are interested in. So if you have an idea, put it in the Google form. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.